Hello everybody, this is the Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, and today we are looking at, don't adjust your screens, that's actually the name, Hatris. This game, PC Engine TurboGrafx port, I'm going to assume PC Engine, playing on emulation here, credited Alexei Pajitnov, who's the guy who invented Tetris. To what degree he worked on this, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I did woefully little research. It's been a very long week already, and I just wanted to get on here and play something, a little more puzzle oriented, just to relax a bit, and of course, share a game with y'all that I've never played before because I think you might like it. Who knows? I might even like it. Like Tetris, you get your level select right at the beginning here. Go 0 and 0. Now, I did play practice round earlier, and while the music might be fun and bouncy to some, today it's just striking me another kind of grating. So I'm going to go with off. And this is the game, basically. You get like a half dozen random dudes in sunglasses down here, and you give them silly hats. You flip it around. There are other games like this. Names are escaping me right now, but you've seen them. And the goal is to just get a bunch of hats together there, and then they collect the whole pile. Key is to get matching hats if you can. Every now and then you have to stack on top just to get rid of some. But you just kind of work with it. This is level 1, so it's fairly easy to work around the odds and ends. As you can see, we've got a fire hat coming up next, and the fire hat will go ahead and torch one for you if you're not happy with the placement of a hat. So if you want to go ahead and get rid of that little gray hat there, which I actually don't, so we'll just burn that dude. Oh, that was a bad idea. If he doesn't have a hat, he gets burnt. Things I learn. You definitely don't want to kill your dudes, I don't think. Maybe? I don't know. Like I said, we're learning as we're playing. Gonna get that gray hat stack out of there. That worked out nicely. Haven't really done anything with that burnt hair dude. I should probably help him out a little. Get a hat back on that head. He's definitely not looking too happy right now as compared to the rest. Everybody else is kind of cool and collected in their sunglasses. He's like, yeah, but you threw fire on my head. Poor guy. Definitely bad decision by me. But yeah, this is the game in a nutshell. It will, of course, get a little tougher as we go on through. Definitely not torching that poor dude again. So we'll drop the fireball in this blue hat there, and there you can see it just takes care of the hat and nothing else. He's going to be my dump guy for now if I don't have a hat that matches. So yeah, funny, simple game. You can see my controller doing its trademark hiccup there. Kind of curious to know when the stage ends. We've apparently got 11 hats to go, so I guess you have to make that many matches to end the stage. That kind of makes sense. Yep, that is definitely the plan. Running into a bit of a conundrum there with that one guy. And you can see that red line there. That's our danger zone. We don't want the hats to pile up past any... I'm guessing past that red line is a game over sort of deal. I'm also guessing we're getting more varied styles of hats as the levels go on. That seems to make sense. perhaps sillier hats, which might be a bit of a stretch given some of these. Um, Already learned a little. I learned that people's heads, they don't like the fire. Should have probably seen that coming. But again, it's been a long day. The coffee hasn't quite set in yet. I thought maybe it would just do nothing. I was terribly wrong, and dude on the far right paid the price. That's a tricky one. I guess that's the play. Hey, only 3 left. First round goes easily enough, I suppose. Okay, that burned all the blue hats. That's interesting. So I guess it's all the hats of the same type. Now we only got 1 more hat match to go here. Should be pretty close here. Can we do it? Oh. I was gonna see if we can line it up on the burned boy, and we did. That's level 1, and you can see all the hats we passed. And it says sail. So we pick up right here in stage 2 where we left off. Wasn't sure if it was going to restart the board or not. But that is an important thing to remember if you were to play some Hatris. You want to keep the board as clean as possible because things will pick up right where they left off. Still no new hat variety. I was expecting a new hat to be worked into the mix here in stage 2. Can't really say I'm woefully let down by the lack of new hat. It just kind of is what it is. Drop that bad boy. Cruising right along, actually. And then this comes up, but these 2 are fairly low, so that's the play, and now that gives us a spot for that. No real place for gray hats, but we do have an empty head, so you're the new gray hat guy. Blue Fireball, I'm assuming, is going to eliminate every hat on a head. We'll go ahead and give that a shot on this guy here and see if my theory is correct. Wow. I wonder if it deals double damage if they don't have a hat on. I'm not going to try it out. Because as you can see, guy on the far right has recovered from his round 1 wounds at least. And we don't want to keep burning our sunglass folk. At least not yet. Maybe after a while, if this game gets grading. Maybe. I'm not going to sow discord and chaos here, but if you feel so inclined, they're your sunglass people. I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's a fun little game. It's not the most challenging thing on the planet. It's a little repetitive, but then so am I, and I've done just fine. No good place for the fireballs. Give him a little bit of a flashback there. Fortunately, he was wearing a hat this time. Fireballs are coming pretty darn frequent now, I must say. I do believe that's our original gray hat man, so he gets his gray hats back. Now we're getting all the gray hats. That makes things a touch awkward. There's double blue, because I was complaining about getting gray hats. I'm imagining this gets mighty frenetic after a few levels. If we don't see a new hat next level, I'm really going to question what the deal is here, though, because this seems pretty easy at just 3 hats, and you can tell it's easy because I'm succeeding. Yeah. There's that. Got a fireball coming. Um, yeah, I really did kind of want to put it there. We will burn those grays though. Playing nice this round. What can I say? Blue green combo. Gray blue. Could be easily corrected with a gray fireball, eliminating that blue. Just one more hat match to make. So yeah, level 2, much like level 1, pretty simple. I think it's going to be a gray for the win. Actually have a pretty clear field there. Oh, okay. We can add a hat. Interesting. Now we've moved on to stage 3, where our sunglass dudes are replaced with lovely ladies with long brownish red hair. At least that's what I'm getting from the graphics. And we get some top hats, because that's where I stopped before I realized that this was a timed thing and not a selection thing. Top hats, of course, going to take up a bit more space. Maybe they're worth more points. I'm not 100% certain. But now I know you have to select your hat upgrade. Also, these hats never don't look goofy. Got the top hat in green combination. Now a top hat in gray. Don't know what that was for. I think I'm going to play through this stage, and that's going to be the upload. Probably not the most exciting upload I've ever done. I think that's a safe assumption. But it is something. And this is kind of a unique game. One of those games that, you know, if you just need to de-stress, if you're having a day and you just need something to relax a little, sit there and play with silly hats. It's not the worst time. I am getting a mighty big collection of top hats here on the right side of the map, though. Didn't even mean to do that. Just sort of happened. Game kind of puts you in a Bob Ross mode, you know? There are no mistakes, just hatty little accidents. That was awful, and I know it was awful, and I'm sticking with it. Let's burn that lady's hats. Give her a clean start with some grays and a double top hat. That was a fantastic addition here. Still got 18 to go, though. See, even with this fourth hat, you've got a bit more complexity here, a bit more variety, and now you gotta really think about where you're placing what, or if you're me, just sort of guess. And hope it works out well, because at 4 you've still got a fairly limited selection, even with the added variety. You can kind of just wing it. Burn these blue boys, and instantly regret that, because the next one's a green-blue. Could have looked ahead, didn't look ahead. Get rid of that top hat stack, and instantly regret that, because the next one's a top hat in green. So the key to stage 4 is I shouldn't have done that. We are getting a bit of a pile up here, but that's mostly poor decision making on my part. As you can see, those top hats really do stack up if you have to put anything else on top of them. They're not like your beginner hats. So you really have to plan around those. They kind of have to be your feature. Also, if you could ever burn any, that much is nice. Now, yeah, I didn't think you'd be able to move one while the other sat. But it is worth noting that they do go at different speeds if you're able to drop one. Sort of a strange mechanic. I'm not sure if that can be gamified in any way. Maybe there's a Hatris Pro out there that can tell me one way or another. As I assume if a game exists, there's probably someone who's enjoyed it to the point that they've learned to play it rather well. And if you are that person, it'd be fun to hear from you. One of the things about me, I enjoy deep dives into games. Just the other day I was theorizing D&D fighters, and I kind of had to take a step back and just appreciate how broken 3rd edition was mathematically. Because just winging it off the top of my head using core material like Player's Handbook and DM's Guide for magic items, came up with a pretty ridiculous build talking with my buddy. But that is another story for another time. We are nearing the end of our Hatris run here, one way or another, I suppose. Gonna make a bit of a risky call there. Just kind of burn available space. There's a green blue. Top hat blue, that gets rid of that stack. Still got 4 matches left to go, and that's a little troublesome. Make that 3. Having that either way from the top hat is kind of crucial for me right now, for the green or the blue. So that seems to be the way the cookie's crumbling. Go ahead and take that out. This should take out 2. And there's our round. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. That's 13,285 through a couple stages. And this has been Hatris. I hope you've enjoyed. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you around.